We'll get started over here in a second. We're streaming live on TikTok and YouTube. I want to pull up the YouTube stream so I can actually see comments that come in and all that stuff. We're just going to chat some crypto today, chat macro, chat anything y'all want to talk about, really. Let me just refresh this sucker. I'm refreshing my page so that I can find this live stream. There it is. What's up? We're going to chat some crypto today, economics, chat whatever you guys want to chat about. Today we're just going to do kind of a chill day, streaming live on TikTok and YouTube. What's up? What's up, Ariak? What's up, everybody? We're just going to chat some crypto today. Send in them likes. Drop your comments in here. Let's just chat today. Let's just chit chat about crypto, right? Bitcoin made a new low yesterday, right? Did you guys see that? Bitcoin broke into the 15,400s. I got some things I want to talk about. What I think is going to happen in 2023. The outcomes that I see is happening, and not just oh, this is what I think is going to happen. I'm going to talk about some things as to why I think it's going to happen. What's up, Primos? Bitcoin up or down? I mean, long term up, but in reality, I think there's a good chance it goes down more before it goes up into a bull run. But we're going to chat some stuff today. Just drop your comments in. Let's just chat today. Let's chat some crypto. Let's chat some whatever y'all want to chat about. How about that? We're streaming live on TikTok and YouTube. What's up, Ron, Jeet, and Marco? I see you over there on YouTube. Although the stream seems to be freezing for me over there. Brother, what do you think about Gala's circulating supply? Will it hurt Gala? Gala is not, I don't want to say it's like Bitcoin, but there's nodes that mine Gala. And every year, the amount of Gala you can mine gets cut in half. It gets a halving every year. So the circulating supply doesn't bother me because it's inflationary, like Bitcoin's inflationary. So the circulating supply, maybe I'm missing something you're saying there, but no, that doesn't bother me at all. But I was just saying AVAX is a scam. He's right about SBF, so who knows? I'm having trouble seeing my stream over here on YouTube. Let's make sure I got this thing going on here. Yeah, it says I do. But anyways, AVAX scam. Yeah, I don't know. Drop your comments in here. Let's just chat some crypto today, or macro. I'll get right into it. In 2023, here's what I see coming up in 2023. Thanks for all the likes coming in. Thanks for all the follows coming in. So in 2023, here's what I see happening. I see unemployment going up. I see unemployment hitting at least 6%. I see I see earnings for companies continuing to go down. I see the interest rates meeting a peak and being sustained for a while, probably at least into summer or fall. But then what's that going to do going forward, right? What's that going to do when the Fed actually does decide, all right, we are actually going to decrease interest rates, this pivot that everyone's looking for? What I think is going to happen with the pivot is something that you're not really going to hear much out there, and I think something that is counter. And here's why. I actually think when the pivot happens, I actually think we will see the stock markets, and therefore basically all markets, go down even more than they have ever gone down into a whole new leg down is what I think will happen. Because you have to think, why would the Fed pivot? The Fed will pivot. They will lower interest rates because they broke something in the economy, broke something in the macro, and they need to drop interest rates to try to heal this big wound that they've made, this thing they've broken. And so I actually think when they do that, we have another big old leg down, maybe the biggest leg of all. I think the S&P burst into the 2000s, like 2,800, something like that. That's what I think is going to happen, right? What do you guys think? Drop some comments in here. I mean, typically you guys have a lot of comments and questions and stuff like that. What's up, Octflow? But that's what I think, man. So I think that this really is a marathon. I don't think we've seen max pain yet. I don't think we've seen enough pain. And that's what I got. Let me check over here on YouTube. Marco asks, FTX is the smallest issue due to bear market up to 2025. FTX is the smallest issue, due to bear market up to 2025. Well, probably can't say it's the smallest issue, but you could say it's not the biggest. And it very well could be. Who knows what's coming? What's up, Ranjit? Thanks for let me know about the stream over there, 23, 24, 25 bull run. I don't think 2023 is going to be a great year. I think it's going to be more of a DCA year, up and downs, rallies and more drops. I think that's what's going to happen through most of 2023 is what I think is going to happen. I think this will be the longest crypto winter of all time. Of all time, crypto's only been around for like 13 years. So that's not really necessarily saying a lot. I'm just getting started in the trading world. I'm so excited, but definitely overwhelming. Very good, very good. By the way, if you guys want to learn more about trading, go take my masterclass. The link is in the bio or in the description over on YouTube. I agree, we're going to have a downturn to the magnitude that people aren't expecting. I mean, it's because people aren't expecting it, right? Even the Wall Street analysts, most of them kind of agree of this thing that's going to happen and think the pivot's going to make things go up. I actually think the pivot is more of a buy the news, sell the event type of thing when that happens next year. Remember that I'm saying this because it's something to consider, right? This is my opinion, not financial advice, but it's something to pay attention to because how often do we see buy the rumor, buy the news, sell the event happen? But you probably didn't really think about it happening with the Fed pivot, because just because the Fed starts lowering interest rates, that doesn't necessarily mean we go back to wonderful times instantly. If they go to printing shitloads of money, which I don't foresee happening, that would be a different scenario. If they go to straight up quantitative easing, that would be a different scenario. But I don't think that they'll do that because they know what it does. It creates this inflation that they're going to still be battling. It may be down into the fours by summer next year, 4% inflation rate. But the most likely scenario to me is that when the Fed pivots, we'll go lower. And last month, this chart phenomenon happened called the kiss of death. Have you guys heard of the kiss of death before? Basically what it is we have this big low, and then we have a really nice rally up, and then we have another low coming down, and it just kind of goes a little bit below the previous one, which is exactly what the S&P 500 did. And then it has basically kind of a couple months of green, which is kind of what is going on. So I don't know, man. I think the markets have lower to go, and I'm feeling more confident about it now. Paradox to the moon. Stop spamming us with this paradox thing, please. I don't know if you're a robot. I have to, oh my God, all you people are spamming. I have to block them. Hold on. Yeah, some bots are in here. Holy crap. Yeah, let me block these paradox spammers over here. Holy shit. So that's what I think is going to be going on. What do you guys think? Go ahead and drop them in there. Let me get rid of these spammers. What do we got over on Mario? Hey, Matt, how you doing? Doing pretty good, Mario. Hopefully you're doing well, too. Now you can't just make, okay, it's just, so I wouldn't be surprised right when the next bull run starts is when the next government implement regulations. I wouldn't either, but I think that we will get some regulations finally moving through here eventually. That's what I think. I think that, and that's a good thing overall because we can always adjust regulations, but we got to get some in there because that allows the big money to come in. Love it or hate it. If you want more money to come into this thing, then we need the big money holders of the world to come in, which are like sovereign nations, pension funds, big institutions being able to put in a lot of capital into all this. You think another leg down is going to happen? I'd love to be able to sell and buy back once at least. I'm feeling more and more certain that we will have another leg down, probably in maybe this year, but I think likely in 2023. Regulations before a bull run would be better than right on it. Probably. What's the pitfalls of shorting a stock? The same as if you long a stock, right? If it goes the wrong way in price, then you lose capital. It's the same. So I am not a SHIB millionaire. No. These prices are still pretty good. I agree. If you have a longer term mindset, at least looking out probably 3 years, these prices are phenomenal. I think there's a chance to go lower. Thanks for all the likes coming in. Thanks for the follows coming in. I think bottom will be between now and March. That very well could be. That very well could be. It depends a lot on, it still depends a lot on the macro, right? Because money's not going to come flooding into crypto if the macro is still shitty and getting shittier. And I don't think that the earnings impact has really been felt yet in the stock market, et cetera, because the way that they price stocks is the P to E ratio, the price of the stock to the earnings divided by earnings. So if the earnings keeps going lower, the price has to go lower. So you hear people talking about, when you hear people talking about PE, the multiple, right? Oh, they're trading at 20x multiple. That's what they're talking about. They're saying, say the earnings is $1 and the price is $20. That's a 20x multiple, you know? I believe there won't be bull run before registration get on place. Millionaires don't want to lose. I don't believe we'll have the beginning of the bull run for a bit. I think that we're still in accumulation time. And I think we will be for longer than we ever have been because of the macro. That's what I think. But that's what I see going on, right? I just see. I think. When do you predict the next bull run? Well, I think I still, even though I'm saying all this, I still think the top of the next crypto market is likely in 2025, somewhere between spring and winter of 2025. That's really everything I'm saying still holds to that. But I just think that the stock market in particular has not hit a bottom. I really, really don't. Because we are going to have more data coming out in next year. This Q4 is going to be a very disappointing Q4 for all businesses. And so the earnings report that comes out in January, which is going to be their Q4 earnings report, is going to be much lower than I think analysts anticipate, and it's going to have more of an impact than I think a lot of them can anticipate. And I think unemployment is going to rise quite a bit to at least 6%. And what's really, really important about that is that, sure, maybe it's 6-7% unemployment, but the thing is the average income of people in that unemployed group is going to be very high because so many of those unemployed people are going to be from the tech sector, and the average income in the tech sector is very high compared to other sectors. Does that make sense? I also think we're going to have sustained high interest rates. Housing prices are going to continue to go down because as interest rates are high, the cost to buy a house, right, based on your monthly payment, your interest payment, is so goddamn high, it has to keep coming down. Sellers and buyers have not met at equilibrium yet. Sellers, they're very slow to come down, as they should be. You would be too. Do you think Gemini is safe? I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch any exchange right now. Use a ledger. The link in my bio, if you go to the link in my bio, I have a button there to get a ledger. And if you get a ledger, you get $30 in free Bitcoin with that link. And that's only available for like a couple more days. Most people don't realize the COVID stimulus package only delayed the economic downturn that was expected. I completely agree with that. We were already basically turning into a recession in 2019, and then it hit in March 2020, and we really shot down like crazy. And then QE came in, dropping interest rates to zero, and everything boomed up. So it was like, for that past decade, almost basically decade, we'd had nothing but easy monetary environment, which was very low interest rates, easy access to money, quantitative easing. And then at the very end of that in 2020, they said, oh, you haven't seen nothing. Even though that was the most easy money environment of all time, they said, oh, well, we're going to multiply that by like 10. And then they just go straight up, making it literally printing $6 trillion. 40% of all the money that's ever been printed in history, and they bring interest rates to zero. Like, there's never been even close, even 10% of the easier access to capital than that. And that's what created this big balloon that we have in stocks, equities, housing, and crypto. And everything else you can think of, sports cards, Rolexes, everything you can think of, cars, everything. And it just has not unwound near enough. It just hasn't. It just has not. I think crypto is much closer to a bottom than the stock market. Much closer to a bottom than the housing market. Let's not talk about paradox in here. We had a bunch of people come in here and spam the shit out of it. I don't want to talk about that. Um, of all the centralized exchanges, Coinbase is probably the safest, but still, yeah, I would agree with that. Coinbase and Binance. I'm in the US, so I can't use Binance, and I won't use Binance.us. Everybody still over on YouTube? I'm in the commercial real estate world, so we get to see a downturn before most. That makes sense. But you've been probably dealing with some stuff for several years because the pandemic really took a hit on you guys probably. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. But I mostly use Coinbase now too. I really like their Coinbase Advanced thing. I'm really able to get very good prices, which they haven't ever had before. So I was using Coinbase Pro some, but that's basically, what do you say, gone now. And now they moved it to Coinbase Advanced. Can you tell me about Illuvium buying price? I mean, what do you want to know? It was slowing down, and the pandemic really just put a stop to everything except for life science. So you're saying that commercial was already slowing down before the pandemic happened. Interesting. I didn't even think about that. We have another year of at least shit economies. We might really start to see a POS turn. I think I agree with that, Bunny. I think so. Except for, yeah. Okay, so you were. Very interesting. See, I didn't even realize that. Because I live in Seattle, and so I watch tech just building like crazy nonstop. I've been watching that for a decade. You know, Amazon is here, Microsoft is here, Facebook has a huge presence, Google has a big presence, Apple has a decent sized presence. So tech has just been building like crazy. And you're in Silicon Valley, so they're very similar, man. Like I think of Seattle as like the other Silicon Valley now. Really, it's crazy what's happened in the last 10 years. Yeah, about 10 years. Recession in the UK is bad. Inflation really high. What is the inflation over in the UK right now? What's your opinion on Bitcoin price for next few days? I don't know. You know, I don't think it's going to move too much. If it does, it probably goes down. I don't think anyone's looking to. I did take a long last night on Ethereum from like 1,094, and I got out at 1130. I made about 33% on my money, I think, on that one. It's all fixed in rig. AMC should have ran already. Doge price suppression has been wild too. I disagree with that, bud, Jacob. I disagree with that. I mean, look at the environment. There's nothing being suppressed, and nothing has to be suppressed. There's no reason any of it should be running up. We're in a really shitty environment from a investment standpoint. That's my take anyways. That's my take. I manage a lot of projects for those companies, for tech companies. What do you do? Property management? 33%, what are you using for leverage? I use Bybit, and I was using 10x leverage. By the way, does anyone in here, do you guys want to learn how to profit when price goes down? Put a 1 in the chat if you want to. Do you want to learn how to get free crypto when price goes down? Throw a 1 in the comments. I'll show you how to do that. Over here, over on YouTube, still here. Me and Jimmy listening at work. Oh yeah, that's right, Jimmy. That's right. I saw Jimmy commenting in the Discord a bit the other day. I think it was yesterday. So I see some 1s in here. So if you guys want to learn how to profit when price goes down and get free crypto when price goes up and down, click this link over in my TikTok bio and take this masterclass right here. How I get Bitcoin and other cryptos for free when price goes down. I'm running a Black Friday special on this. It's only $20. I mean, it's like the cost of a beer at a football game. Plus, I'm throwing in a $300 course also with it. This teaches all about how to do that type of stuff. Like, do I still have that up in the Discord? Like, there was a trade that I did. Is that me? No. Oh yeah, that was me. So I did that trade right there. See, price went from 1,092 to 111. I made 16% on my money. There's one that I posted today too. Here's that one I was talking about. Price went up, leverage, I profited when price went up. Where was one? There was one that yesterday. So this one, no, that was a long also. So I did a short. Where's my short? I got free ETH. So that's a member. There I am. So I got in at 1220 and got out at 1182, right? So I profited when price went down. I made 30% on my money when price went down. My profits were paid to me in ETH. So I got free ETH. And by the way, this is the private Discord that I have. In order to get into the private Discord, you need to be a Lever Atlas member. And that's right here. You get this, you get access to that private Discord, you get all of my courses, and you get this trading indicator over here too, the buy sell labels. and the momentum waves, and this is how we do all our trading. But if you want to learn all about that stuff, about how I profit when price goes down and get free crypto when price goes down and up, take this masterclass. It's on Black Friday sale. It's only $20 right now. It's not a fundamental play. The shorts are billions in debt. Let me go back over my YouTube video so I can see what's going on. Let's see here. You think Silvergate is worth going to file for bankruptcy? I don't know. That's a good question. Genesis is one to keep watching. Obviously, Digital Currency Group is the one to probably watch the most, which is, Genesis is part of them. So I don't know, man. That's really interesting. Isaiah Hale says, I can say it's worth it. Talking about the masterclass, I'd imagine. Thank you, Isaiah. Do you have any other jobs? No, I don't. I haven't had a job. I haven't worked for somebody in basically my entire adult life. I buy 100 Bitcoin and ETH every week forever for my kids. I dig the shit out of that, Rushmore. I dig that big time. I think that's fantastic. What broker do you use for crypto trading? I don't use a broker. I use Bybit. I went in Luna short over leveraged 3 to 4 weeks too soon, lost huge. I was expecting the downfall. Too soon. So you're talking like back in like May? Is that what you're talking about? Don't play? Best Discord around, says Ranjit. Yeah, buddy. I was expecting the downfall. I mean, it was, if anyone looked at how it worked, it just seems so obvious in hindsight, doesn't it? And then you got like a guy like Mike Novogratz running this big crypto blockchain hedge fund, basically. And he gets this big Luna tattoo on his arm. And I'm kind of like, wait a minute, you guys are supposed to be like the really smart guys that do all their research and are all skeptical and cautious. And you just miss this? Is that just due to crypto, or do you have other? Yeah, I have other businesses too. Last leg. Oh, that last leg of the Luna downfall. So that was back in May, though, right? You talking about that one? So if Silvergate does go bankrupt, do you think that could cause Bitcoin to drop lower than 12K? Depending on what gets affected by that Silvergate bankruptcy, depending on what happens there, it ain't over yet. It's just tempting people to dive in before the fall. With that said, I think that crypto is very undervalued. I'm a believer of DCA in bear markets because you don't know when the bottom is. I'm a believer of DCA, so I'm constantly buying, especially when we hit new price points. Like we hit a new price point this week, well, over the past 2 weeks. And so now I've really turned up my DCA machine, and I've really been buying a lot. I'm buying a lot of ETH. I'm buying a lot of Bitcoin. I'm buying a lot of Matic. I'm buying a lot of Gala. I'm buying some Link. I'm buying about a little Ape. What else did I buy? I bought some sand. What else? And some other things. And so these are the times when I really go, but I don't plan on doing anything with that for 3 years, right? Until 2025 is the way I project out to sell that stuff. Yeah, DCA the way to go if you're already in the market. And then I do trading, like what I teach you in that masterclass. I do that with a portion of my crypto, and I grow my crypto for free by trading, right? Which is what I teach in that masterclass. Seriously, best $20 you'll spend today. But in that masterclass, I talk all about that. And over in the Discord, they can attest. I mean, if you really want to get involved, just join Lever Atlas. The Discord alone is worth way more than the price of entry. 21 and working to invest long term, says Isaiah. That is, I wish that I even had. I wish I could even say that I had that thought cross my mind when I was 21. So you were way ahead of most people. I guarantee that. You finna be live in the bull market? Yeah, man, I'm not going anywhere. Definitely be here in a bull market. Where can I find a link to the masterclass? Just go to the link in my TikTok bio. To do that, just click my name up here. A thing will pop up. Click the logo. Click the name. Click the logo. I'll take you to my bio. But yeah, the bull market. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want that damn bull market to start ASAP, right? We all do. Thanks for all the follows coming in. Thanks for all the likes coming in. I'm realistic, right? Setting expectations, and I'm just growing my bags and growing my bags. And in the meantime, I'm able to trade, right? So one thing that's really hard to do, if all you do is just DCA and hold, it gets really hard to just hold it, right? Because it's boring. because it's boring. So I don't even look at my bags that I'm building. I just build them, and I don't even look at them because I'm trading all the time with a small portion of my crypto, and I'm growing it, so I'm able to stay active every single day and be in the action and profit when it goes up and down and get free crypto when it goes up and down. So I'm able to focus on that and stay active, and I don't think about these bags over here. I just keep growing them. When we hit new price marks, I turn the level up on my DCA machine. That's what I do, right? This is my strategy, not financial advice, right? I'm just sharing with you what I do. For everyone here experiencing their first bear, don't make the mistake of leaving crypto. Absolutely, dude. I don't know if there's better advice than that. Really, like that's by far step one. I agree with you. Don't leave. The fact that you guys are here right now, a year after Bitcoin's all-time high, you're probably not going anywhere, right? You're probably here because if you haven't left by now, you're probably not leaving, right? You probably see where we're going with blockchain, at least to some degree. And don't places, that was my mistake in my first bear. Mine too. It's everybody's. There was a lot less people making content out here back then, so it was a lot harder to find information and ideas. Plus, there were less cycles to really go from, so it was less certain. Isaiah says, had a lot happen to make me realize real life. Those are blessings, Isaiah. I get that, man. Have we seen bottom yet? I don't think so. I don't think so. As things keep unfolding, there was a time when I was starting to feel more certain that we were at a bottom over the summer. But as things kept unfolding and keep unfolding, I don't think so. And I think for what I think is going to happen in 2023 in the broader markets, like the macro, the equities market, the actual like companies, I think their earnings are going to go down a lot. I think interest rates are going to be held for a while, till probably at least summer, maybe into the fall. And then when the Fed pivots, where they start lowering interest rates, I think they will do that because they will have broken something in the economy, caused big damage, and they need to reverse course. And the market will anticipate that, and the prices of everything will go up. Then as soon as they actually pivot, it'll be a sell the event type of thing and go down. That's what I think is going to happen. And that'll lead us into 2024. And so then Bitcoin halving will happen in spring 2024. And I think that we will have bottomed by then, leading us very nicely into a crypto bull market. That's what I think is going to happen. But I think you're going to have to stick around, and we're going to have to go through basically another year of pain, basically, is what I think. How long you think it will take for regulation after ISO launches? I don't know. Maybe there's some regulation before that. I think 2023 is an accumulation period. I agree with you. I think right now we're in an accumulation period, and I think 2023 is also an accumulation period, right? That's what I think. And so I agree with you on that. There's a lot of people in here right now that seeming to be kind of agreeing with me, right? And that's surprising to me, because what we're saying here is not the common narrative. Most people are constantly looking at the bottom, and this and the Fed pivot's going to make everything go to the moon. I just don't think so. I think the Fed pivot is going to create a bigger leg down, because when it happens, the environment will be very different than it is right now. From earnings in companies, we're going to have a lot of zombie companies. Do you guys know what zombie companies are? So a zombie company is a company that they don't make money, and they just keep living off loans and borrowed money. That's a zombie company. And there are so many of those, because the last 10 years have been so easy to get money. And so they've just been going along, say like Carvana, say like kind of Open Door, like many big companies and many other ones that you don't even know of. I mean, shit, Uber and Lyft still don't make money. So I think you're going to see a lot of zombie companies go to zero, and we haven't really seen any of that yet. That's going to cause a lot of fear and panic. Hey, what's up, Craig? He says you jumped into a ETH long last night at 1088, still up in it about 30%. Boom. Yeah, I got in around like 1094, I think. I posted it in the Discord last night. Because I was saying in the Discord, right? I was saying, listen, I think I'm seeing bullish divergences going on the 1 hour, even the 2 hour. And this just looks like we're going to get some kind of a bounce here. I don't know how much. It may not be very much. I figured I'll come up to at least that last point, which is where we've come up to, that last support point. And here we are, right? So I'm very glad a lot of people in the Discord were able to get in that. Plus, we've been shorting too, making profits that way. If anyone in here wants to learn how to profit when price goes down and how to get free crypto when price goes down and up, click the link in my bio and take the Masterclass. If it breaks down past the 16,000 a day, we're going past 1550. Yeah, what are we at right now? Let me go over here and take a look. Right now we're at 16.1. Yeah, 16.1. Have you heard about the HODL versus SEC case today? I can't say I have. HODL versus SEC case. Worst case, Bitcoin goes to 6. I think worst case, Bitcoin goes down to the pandemic low, which would be in the 3,000s. That's the worst. Although, depending on which way you look at it, if Bitcoin goes down to 3,000, you're going to probably get your dreams of having at least 1 or 2 full Bitcoin, right? But I think Bitcoin breaches 10. I think it goes down to 9. If I had to really put my probability, my bet into something, I do think Bitcoin sometime next year goes down below 10 into the 9,000s. The sky is falling. 10K Bitcoin very well could be. Very well could be. But with that being said, the value, I think it's very undervalued right now. So I'm still buying, but for not planning to sell for 3 years. There will be a ton of people jumping in at 13.6. I'm pretty sure that's our bottom. There very well could be. Doc Octodad, I get it. Is that Spider-Man thing probably? But it could be. But you'd think a lot of people would hop in at 15.5 too, huh? The volume just kind of is not there. Interesting. What do I think about Shiba? I really don't like it. I really don't like it. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. What advantage does it have over any other crypto project? It does literally nothing. Doge does nothing. I think meme coins are, memes are jokes. It's a joke coin. And I see it as a joke. Do you think the coins at the top now will be, but I could be wrong. Fuck if I know. I never would have guessed it would have got to the point they got to in the first place. Do you think the coins at the top now will be at the top the next bull run? No. There will be a lot of changing by then. ETH and Bitcoin will still be there. Matic will probably be there. BNB will probably be there. XRP will probably be there. What else? It's hard, man, because if you've been around for a while, yes, Brian. If you've been around for a while, you've seen the changing of the guard many times, and it happens pretty quick. But the ones, those are kind of the Cardano. You don't know. I don't know. Cardano could go away. I think it will be there, but it's just hard. It's too hard. I think Quant has a ways up to come. I do. I think Cosmos has a ways up to come. It's just hard to say. Can you guys hear that out there? Every so often, because I live in a building, and every so often we get these people that show up with these handheld blower things. And I'm like, why are these guys employed? Why is anyone paying them? Because of all the things we need at this building, not that we need a ton, but I'm like, why do you guys spend money on that? I'd rather you spend money on something else, because they just go blow leaves around 3 times a week, and I don't understand why. Anyways, what you can hear it. If Cardano isn't there, do you think it will still be profitable? Depending on when you got in at. But I'm not saying it won't be there. I'm just saying that I don't know. That's the thing, is you just don't know. Can you explain the practical use of Matic and how we will use it day-to-day basis? I mean, a lot of that is hard to say, obviously, but I would say look at what they have going on. For instance, they have a Starbucks partnership. They're going to be used in the rewards program. So something that's really interesting, a lot of you probably are Starbucks, rewards members. Your rewards are on your app, right? But imagine it's on the blockchain, which means you actually own them instead of them being in this closed Starbucks ecosystem, and you can sell your rewards to other people. You can sell your stars, you can sell your rewards, you can get NFTs, you can actually own things. It's much more of a deeper relationship. So they're going to facilitate that, and that's really just the beginning. They have a big partnership with Disney, with Nike, I mean, everything. Matic is to me, it's it's no one has had more no one has had better news come into their project than Matic. Nobody has had better news throughout this bear market come into their project over and over and over and over again like Matic has. And I'm just out here. I pay attention a lot. I look at crypto. I look at the charts every day. I'm in this shit all the time. And I mean, I liked Matic, but I didn't know that it was going to be like this much of a boss. And now it's just become this boss. And it's just going to keep, and because it keeps growing and getting these partnerships, it's just going to keep getting more and more and more and grow and grow and grow. And they have a great team, right? They execute very well. And they get to also be a layer 2 solution and incorporate with Ethereum. It's just, Matic is like, it's basically like an Ethereum. I mean, but it's only as powerful as it is because it gets to leverage the security and power of the Ethereum network. On its own, it can't have that security. Matic, relative to other coins, has been holding stronger than most. Absolutely. Matic, Quant, and Cosmos are the 3 that I've seen the most. Just trying to see how we will use this practically day to day, like the internet before it was mainstream. In Rushmore, it's hard to see it. You know what I mean? Until you see it, until we experience it, it's hard to see, right? Hard to even understand if someone explains it to us, just like the internet, right? But if you understood that the internet was basically had infinite potential, that's what you were really buying into. I think Kevin O'Leary's a pretty big fan of Matic. He might be. He should be. I mean, I can't. Who's sitting there talking shit about Matic? Sandbox. I like Sandbox a lot. Absolutely, I like Sandbox a lot. I feel like it's the Roblox of the blockchain, but more than that. Kevin O'Leary will shill anything that pays him. I don't feel like that at all. Guy, I don't. His reputation is the most valuable thing to him. The FTX thing gave him a hit. He's gonna. I don't think he's not Shaq. Shaq will shill anything you pay him to do, right? Curve today. You know what's really interesting about Curve? Did you see what happened with Curve? So it really got. It got run by basically one person. What they did is they went over to Aave, took a loan out, bought a shitload of Curve, went over, placed shorts against it, and sold a lot of Curve to push the price down. So they're profiting on the short, and then they let their deposit in Aave from their loan get liquidated. So it's a bunch of sells, and it pushed the price down even more. So they got more, and then they started buying Curve, pushing up the price to even higher. I mean, pure market manipulation. What happened on Curve, and it only took like, I don't know, $50 million. You're like, only in markets, $50 million is like a penny. For you and me, yeah, it's a lot. What I think about the Ethereum cap, not worried about it at all. It'll actually never even come close to hitting that cap. That's something that will get played out over many, 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 many years. And you got to think about it, every time you use Ethereum, it gets burned. Like when you use it for a spell or to heal or to add magic into a weapon or something, you burn it. So there's a very strong burning mechanism in Ethereum, and you transact with it in the world, like you need it, right? So, and it's not something like, oh, overnight it's 10 billion. Nah, not even close. That's going to take literally decades because once it stops getting produced, that's the end of the game. So the release schedule that they have is it's just nothing to worry about, in my opinion, at all. Plus, if you add in the usability and the burn mechanisms, yeah. Bought 1K at Algorand, holding for 2025. I think that's a good way to go, in my opinion. By the way, what do we got over on, let's see on TikTok over here. This is something about landscapers. I don't know what that's about. Just what other questions we got here? I love Gala. Gala is one of the top things I buy. After ETH and Bitcoin, Gala and Matic are the top things I buy because of my blockchain gaming belief, my thesis that blockchain gaming is absolutely going to become the dominant model of gaming in the next probably 5 to 7 years, certainly within the next 10. And because all that's got to happen is you just need one good game, which we haven't had yet. It actually went to get finished. I got to get my hoodie off. I'm kind of hot. Ugh. So, and they have 28 games and more to come. A lot of those are in development. Some are launched. I'm very bullish on Gala. I'm very bullish on blockchain gaming, and they're a diversified play because they're a studio, right? And they have film and they have music, and they're much more. First gift, Babylon. Thank you very much. They're just much more of than just one game, right? So I would take them way over like Illuvium or even Sandbox because those are just one games. Like Gala isn't in a box like that. So that's why I'm so bullish on Gala. Gaming has become a big part of today's society. Oh, absolutely. Gaming, my entire life has done nothing but grow year over year over year over year. Through recessions don't matter for gaming. If anything, people play more games during recessions because they have less money to go do other things. By the way, does anyone in here want to learn how to profit when price goes down? Anyone want to learn how to get free crypto when price goes down? Put a 1 in the chat if you do. We're streaming live over on YouTube also. If you think about Gala, doesn't have any real quality AAA games. Yeah, they do. But they have a bunch of them in development. Like Grit looks AAA. Superior looks AAA. Miranda's coming out as big time AAA. Town Stars, you probably don't want to call that AAA, but it's a different type of game, you know. Yeah, Miranda's gonna be big. To me, it just makes a lot of sense over there. I saw some ones come in. So if you want to learn how to do that, like here's a short that I did, right? Got in at 12.20, went down to 11.82. I made 30% of my money, and my profit was actually paid to me in Ethereum. If you want to learn how to do that, click the link in my TikTok bio and take my masterclass over here. I have it on Black Friday special, how I get Bitcoin and other cryptos for free when price goes down. It's only 20 bucks. I have it on Black Friday sale, plus you get a $300 fundamentals course that comes along with it. So, I mean, in what world, in a bear market, do you not want to learn how to do this? I mean, 20 bucks, it's the cost of a beer at a football game. Best 20 bucks you'll spend a day, no doubt about that. Let me go back over here to YouTube. I say quality, I mean PC, Xbox, PlayStation, things like that actually matter. Yeah, I mean, they have some. I mean, like they launched Superior, that's on Epic or Steam right now. And Grit is going to be the first NFT game on Epic Games. Those are all Gala games. Obviously, Town Star is out, but it's still in beta. What else? They have that Walking Dead partnership that's they're still building. That's what I'm saying is like it's coming, right? I'm not based on what they have out because if you're waiting to get into these things once they have all this stuff out, you're way later than you would be right now. I'm getting ahead of that. I'm waiting for that stuff to come out because it's in development and being built, and some of it's already launched. So that's why I'm getting in now, before all that is out. I also believe in the company. I believe that they will get them done. So that's part of it. Who's leading platform? Don't let me short. Mexican Way, go take the masterclass. I show you how to do all that stuff, where I do it, and all that stuff. And I mostly use Bybit. But just because you know where to, like knowing how to, is a whole nother game. Every bull market introduces the focus of next bull. Last bear was DeFi. This bear is metaverse gaming. I completely agree with you. Absolutely. That's exactly where I'm coming from. And gaming and metaverse are really the same thing. Because what the first real we'll think of as metaverse, way before any Ready Player Type 1 thing ever happens, even that's gaming, right? Is that we will have this overlap between meta, digital, and physical, which would be like blockchain. Only blockchain can allow, because you can have digital assets that you can turn into real world assets, cash, right? So you can have in-game items, you can have businesses within games, which literally I have some businesses within games. You can interact with the coin in the game, but you can also turn it into cash. But the game has to be fantastic for it to really have some goodness, some goodness. What a technical term. We agree on everything, including the leaf blowers. Well, you know, I try. How do you track all your crypto activity, or do you post in Discord too? Track all my crypto activity. You know, I just have basically two piles. I have my most of my crypto in my ledger, right? And then I have my crypto on the trading platform. Like that's really about where everything is. I have some, yeah, no, that's where it is. Actually, now I think about it, that's it. That's how I track it because I just keep them in the places, if that's what you're asking. Would you consider Illuvium to be in that sector? I don't. I mean, potentially, but I see it as a lot riskier because it's just one game, right? Gala's like a whole studio making. They have like 28 games in development right now with more to come. Some of them already launched, some in beta. They have the music thing and the film thing, and it's such a bigger play, more diverse play, that I like it so much more than any game like Illuvium. Because Illuvium, that one game has to be a hit. Gala doesn't need all their games to be big hits, right? One good game or a few decent games will propel them to success. That's the way I look at it. Did you put in this morning before 6 and get any gains today? I put in last night a long for Ethereum, and I woke up to profit this morning. Thoughts on Sand? I like Sand, right? I think it's like the Roblox of blockchain, with possibly more functionality, with possibly more upside. How many bear markets have you been through? This is my second. It's my second bear market. I've been in crypto about 6 years. If you take your course, how long do I have access to learn it? Well, if you buy the Masterclass, it's yours, and the course is yours too. Like they're yours. You have access to them forever. Have you ever dabbled Forex? I haven't. This is my second. Says Crypto Glenn. I've never dabbled in Forex. No, I'm a crypto guy through and through. That's the right blend for me. Stocks are a little too slow moving for me, and crypto, it moves pretty well, but I don't want any more volatility in that. And Forex is just nothing against it. Maybe it moves a lot too. I just haven't. I guess I just haven't. Do we get the indicator with the course? No. You have to be a Lever Atlas member to get the indicator, because you'll get my most advanced course with that also, and you'll get access to the private Discord. List for 2025, XLM, Sandbox, Algorand, Ether, and Doge. I don't like Doge. I don't care much for XLM. The other three are pretty good. ETH is the main thing I buy. How long? These are my opinions. How long would you say to learn your course and be profitable? Can't give you that, man. It's different from person to person. The point is, there's no rush. That's one of the biggest things, and I talk about that. That's one of the biggest things. There's no rush. You know what I mean? Like, if you expect to get rich overnight, you're just coming from the wrong place. Period. The point is, I want to learn this skill. I want to learn this skill of being able to profit when markets go down. I want to learn the skill of being able to get free crypto when price goes down and up. I want to learn that skill. That's the best place to come from. And low cap picks. I'm not looking at low cap so much right now in a bear market. You know what I mean? Do you trade on KuCoin? I don't. Do you hold stablecoin when you take profits, or do you take short-term fees? When I sell, I turn into stablecoin. I'm halfway through the Algorand white paper, and it's the future, in my opinion. Interesting. I haven't gone through that. Might be something, because there's a lot of people that I trust their assessment. I think they're smart, and they like algo. So algo is one that I've been meaning to look more at. But again, I think it's important to say no to more things than you say yes to. And to me, I'm blockchain gaming. I'm NFT gaming, and that is my primary focus. Isaiah says I can recommend Merlin from Coach JV. Oh, JV, that's right, that guy. Warriors, warriors, rise. It's been around too long. Honestly, it would have made its move already. I don't know about that. I don't know, algo. I don't know about that. I mean, it's hard to say right now in a bear market. You just never know. It doesn't take much, right? It's such a speculative environment that we're in a bull market. Like anything can make something pop. And that's why I think gaming is just going to see anything gaming and metaverse is going to just pop like effing crazy. They're going to get their moments, and I'll sell into them. But those probably won't come for, my best guess is like 2-3 years. ETH price prediction next bull. I think it at least hits 10K with a potential, an upward potential of 25. But I think 10K that's where when I'm buying, I'm thinking of 10K as my exit price. With Bitcoin, I'm thinking of 100K as my exit price. So I'm trying to be really conservative, right? And so I can plan for that way ahead of time in terms of what kinds of profits I want to make, and I have a higher probability of doing that if I'm more conservative. Does that mean I'm going to sell it all at 10? No, but I'm going to sell a decent portion at 10K. I'm going to sell a decent portion of Bitcoin at 100K, and I'm going to watch that shit because I'm never going to be able to get the high. What exactly do I get in your masterclass? You learn how I get Bitcoin and ETH for free when price goes down. And you also get a trading fundamentals course. So it's all about learning the skill of being able to trade, which is not what most people think. It's about being able to profit when price goes up and down. It's about being able to get free crypto when price goes up and down. That's what you get. And it's on Black Friday sale. That price is going back up $20. I mean, it's a beer at a football game. Are you in other words, if you get one little nugget out of it, which you'll get a lot more than that, worth way more than $20. Is it like actually free, or is there a catch? Well, your profits, when it goes down, your profits are paid to you in crypto. So I interpret that as free crypto. Same thing when it goes up, because you're not buying anything. You're not buying or selling anything. You're just trading, which is more, take the masterclass. You'll see what I'm talking about. I mean, if you have some Bitcoin and the price goes down and now you have more Bitcoin and you didn't spend any money, what have you gotten? Free Bitcoin? Yeah, that's the way I see it. I don't know how else you would interpret that. It's going to sound weird, but you're very attractive. Well, thank you. Hey, good compliments. I like it. See me on a good day. What else we got here? Something tells me that Algorand will be a future of digital banking. I don't know enough about Algorand to be able to comment on that. What's your thoughts on Bitcoin and ETH bottom? 12K for Bitcoin, 700 for ETH. I think that's very possible. I think ETH, because ETH became ultrasound money, right? You guys know that? And all this shit that's been going on, ETH has become ultrasound money. What I mean by that is every single day now, which didn't happen at the merge, it just happened 2 weeks ago, the same week FTX fell out. That's when ETH actually became ultrasound money, meaning that there is less Ethereum today than there was yesterday. Tomorrow, there's less Ethereum than there is today, and that will continue every single day. It's a truly deflationary money, hence ultrasound money. So that's why it's holding its price up much better, because the supply every day is going down. Nothing else is doing that, especially to the esteem and level that ETH is, right? In terms of the project, in terms of what it is, the network effects, etc. Do you think metaverse land is a good investment? Not most of it, but some of it. Do you mind sharing what your profits were last bull run? I do mind, and I don't think I would even know, because you know what it's like being in crypto. I would have to look at 10,000 different transactions. Not really, but I mean, so many different cryptos, so many different places. I don't know. What will your cheat sheet teach me? It just gives you a cheat sheet on the top 20 trading patterns, which it's very handy to have, right there to know when things, like this entire thing that happened with Bitcoin and ETH, etc. I was talking about for weeks. I said, look at this descending triangle, which is one of the patterns. I said, look at it. Typically these break down, and as we come towards the end of the descending triangle, they typically break down. What happened? We came right to the end of the descending triangle that I've been talking about for weeks. Where'd we go? Down. Patterns are a big deal. Algo is deflationary and it's better for energy, better than Bitcoin. I don't know, it sounds interesting. I would say, don't get caught up in the energy thing, because that's not going to determine the success of shit. It's the network effects and adoption and usability, the utility, that's going to drive everything. And then of course, narrative. Energy is a narrative that I don't buy into. I don't think, if you ever met humans, we don't really care that much. as much as it's not PC to say, but we really don't. Oh, like there's very few people that are going to go buy something because it's energy efficient. Unless it saves them money or makes them money. Like, you might go buy an EV car, but maybe I care about the environment. But what I'm really thinking about is I'll save a lot of money on gas. Best exchange to trade on. I use Bybit. How much is the Discord subscription, and do you give Signal on your subscribed Discord channel? I place a lot of my trades in there. The only way to get into the Discord is to be a Lever Atlas member, which click the link in my bio. You can do that. You get my indicator, you get my courses, and you get access to the private Discord. And the Discord is the most valuable part. I mean, this week, who do we have over here? We got Ron G. Are you still on here? I mean, how many trades have I posted this in the past week alone? With that being said, I'm not always right? So it's about learning risk management. And that's something I go very heavy into the Masterclass and into my courses is risk management, because you can't always be right. So you have to plan for that. Yeah, crypto goers care about money, not environment. Yeah, it's just people. We do, but not very few of us are that's a primary thing. I'm just speaking the truth. I love Materium. How much? But be quiet. Stop talking about that. It'll have its time in the sun. Just how much is Lever Atlas? It depends. $50 a month is the monthly. You've posted quite a few. Says Dagman. Oh, Dagimon's in here. Yep. I was talking over there on YouTube when I was talking to Ron Jeet. I forgot that you were in here. Yeah, I have. And I can only think of one that I lost on. And I also posted my stop, right? So I hit my stop. So I lost a little bit. That's the way we do it. Risk management. Who's coming out declared not a security? I'm not sure who's coming out declared not a security. Bitcoin will never be a security. That's the only one that I could ever say for sure. Even the SEC themselves are like, yeah, it's a commodity. Is there XRP? Is there XRP? I buy XRP. Ranjit says maybe 5 or 6, one loser. Yeah. Let's see. And I was talking about how, hey, let's take some longs, and that was, people were scared, and I'm like, I understand. We will be conservative about them, but it looks to me like we're hit. And I got in a little early on a long, right? So I got stopped out and got one more tiny leg down, and then I got in on that one, and that's the one that we profited on this morning. I saw Ranjit, you got in on that one. But overall, I take more shorts than longs in a bear market, and I take more longs than shorts in a bull market. Someone educate me on that, first hearing about it. I would say just go look into it. Don't play. Yeah, just go look into it. You'll find out a lot about it. We are in a bear market. That's the time for education and learning. Because in bull markets, things are all moving at light speed. You can't actually learn anything because everything's just moving so fast. But in a bear market, things are a lot slower. And this is the time where we get to breathe. The game is over. We have our week off, and we're just doing our research, right? We're just doing our study to figuring out what's our game plan for when the next game is on, which is the bull market. I'd say go look into it. I don't like to talk about it a ton on here. I don't, because I just don't want to talk. I don't like talking about it on here. Go look into it. Anyone that's like Mexican way, just go look into it. Go look into it. And I guess there's only 70 people on here. Tell you what. If you guys go over, how many followers do I have on YouTube? How many subscribers? Let me go back. I will talk about it if, how many subscribers over here? There's 70, 60 people on here. I don't know how many of you. I got 35, 65 subscribers on YouTube. You're hoarding the material. If I want to. With that said, there's going to be another. Go over and subscribe to my YouTube channel, all right? And then tell you what, let's get 10 new subscribers. So we're at 35, 65. If you guys can go over there and get us up to 15. If you guys can get me up to 35, 80, which is 15 new subscribers on YouTube, I'll talk about Materium. You haven't been on for a while? No, I've been on every day. I was on every day last week. I was even on every day over the weekend and yesterday. FTX crash, the black swan event, or do we think there will be another drop in the market? I just think 2023 is overall probably going to be worse for the stock markets and economy than 2022 was. And so to me, I can't say we're at a bottom of anything. I mean, housing prices are going to continue to go down. They have to, because the housing affordability, which is really a factor of the median price, the median income, and the interest rate. And so when you put those together, you get the housing affordability rate. And it's literally the worst it's been ever. Not an exaggeration, ever. So it literally has to come down more, like a lot more, for people to even be able to buy. So interest rates are really high, and access to getting a loan is very hard regardless of the interest rate, because now the average income that a person needs to be able to get a mortgage is $107,000. A year ago, it was like 70,000. But very, very recently, within the past few weeks, the average is about 107,000 is what you need as an income to be able to get a mortgage at any interest rate. And you need a very high credit score. And typically, you're going to be lucky if you get a 7% interest rate, which gives you 60% probably about less buying power, about 50% less buying power than you had at the beginning of the year, right? So you're paying, if you were buying a $500,000 house in January of this year, you were paying about $2,500 a month. At the new interest rates that we're at, you're paying more like $4,000 a month. And they don't really want to give out loans. It's the hardest it's been in a very, very long time to get a loan, period. Just sub. Thanks, John. Oh, yeah, let me check that over there. What are we at? We were at 35.65. Now we are at, my computer's going kind of slow, 35.70. We need 10 more subscribers. 10 more people go subscribe to me over on YouTube, which if you don't know how to do that, just go to my TikTok bio, and there should be a little play button. Just click the play button. I'll take you to my YouTube. TikTok Dad, what's up, buddy? I see all the people that came in and subbed, and then we'll talk about Materium. I don't like to talk about it a lot, and I only talk about it later in my streams if I do. And it's always transactionary. I make you earn it, even if it's just going over and subscribing to my YouTube channel, because it is truly I believe to be by far my best find in all of crypto, like by a lot. You think it would be popular? Well, I don't know. Are we talking about Ethereum? I'm not going to talk about that yet. Or are we talking about CoinMarketCap? You're on CoinMarketCap. Let's see here. I think XRP, boy, that's going to be nice. Let's talk about XRP for a second, right? I'm not an XRP guy, right? Well, that's pretty army. I don't do any of that shit. I'm not in any tribes, okay? And I don't suggest you be either, because it makes you blind as hell and very biased. But it just makes sense to me that XRP, based on the 2017 high for XRP, which was over $3, if it went up the same multiple that Bitcoin and ETH did, because Bitcoin and ETH in 2017 were 1,400 and 2,000. In the 2021 bull market, they went to 4,870, which is basically a 3.5x from all-time high to all-time high. If XRP had just done a 3.5x, it would have got to about $10 in the 2021 bull run. So when I say XRP hitting $10 in the next bull run, that seems extremely conservative to me. I think it'll probably at least hit 20 to 30, but everything I'm doing is based on selling majority of my bags at $10. So when I'm buying in the 30-cent range, I'm expecting to get about a 30x. I feel pretty good about that. Is Uphold safe? I would say the only safe thing is when you actually use your own Ledger wallet. And by the way, if you click the link in my TikTok bio, you can get, right now there's a deal going on for like 2 days. There's a button there to get a Ledger. When you buy a Ledger, you'll get $30 in Bitcoin. We only have we need 9 more subscribers over on YouTube, and then I'll talk about Materium, my biggest find in all of crypto. Thoughts on silver? Very interesting. I don't think it's at a great buy price right now. I really liked it when it was down in like the 17s, but I don't really buy precious metals much or monitor them that much. I just look at them every so often because I kind of just hear them like, oh, silver's at this low. I'm like, oh, what's it at? And then I look at the chart. I'm like, oh, that is pretty low. Because I do believe in precious metals, silver and gold. But I don't really buy much of them. They're fun to hold though, you know. Think of High Street. I'm not sure what High Street is. What do you think is going to happen to ETH? I think ETH is going to continue to grow and grow and grow like crazy. That's what I think. It'll take longer than 3 years to go up. What are we talking about? I'm not playing with you. I asked a very simple request. We have 59 people on here now. I said, hey, we haven't moved. I don't know if we're going to get to 3580. We need 9 more subscribers, and then I'll talk about it. And don't cry about it. It's a very reasonable request, and it's not something I like to talk about. It's something I like to keep hush-hush. Robert Kiyosaki thinks silver is going to hit 300. That would be insane. He's extremely a precious metal guy, you know. He very much is. He's very much a precious metal guy. I'm already subbed, says Mouse. So in case anyone that's on here that didn't know, because I'm going to be getting off the stream here pretty soon, go over to my YouTube. What are we at? 3572. So if we can get 8 more subscribers to my YouTube channel, I'm going to talk to you about my biggest gem in all of crypto that you've probably never heard of. I mean, if you have, you probably just learned about it here. You don't know anything about it. Basically everything I know about it, and as well as what I see happening with it and why. 8 of you go subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you don't know how to do that, just go to the bio, like TikTok bio. There should be a little play button. Just click the play button. Take you over to YouTube, hit sub. It's Theta. What's Theta? Theta's a decent network, right? They have good stuff going on with their streaming potential, and I think streaming is just going to continue to go up and up and up, right? Like, we're just going to be streaming more and more and more. Yeah, some people on here do know what coin it is, but the point is, why? Right? Everyone and their mother has got something to share with you. I'll share with you why. And because this is something I've put a lot of thought into and something I monitor quite often. What are we at? 3572. 3577. 3 more. 3 more subscribers. I'm going to dive into that coin. Is Uphold safe? Yeah, so I answered that. I would never leave stuff on an exchange. Like, let me say this very plainly. Never leave your stuff on an exchange. Why? Because then they're holding your crypto, not you. They can lose it, fuck it up, go bankrupt, and you don't get it back. When you have it in your own possession, in your own wallet, especially your Ledger wallet, then it's really yours and it's actually safe. Only in a Ledger wallet can I say that. In your MetaMask, in some other hot wallet, I can't say that because it can get hacked or stolen. But it's at least in your possession. In a Ledger, it can't get hacked or stolen. Get a Ledger. Click the link in my click my TikTok bio link. You'll go to a page. There's a button for a Ledger. Right now, for like the next 2 days, they have an extremely good deal going on where if you buy a Ledger, you get $30 of Bitcoin. You're not going to get a better deal than that, and you should have a Ledger anyways. Everybody should. No, not Coinbase Wallet. No, are you not getting it? I mean, Coinbase Wallet, I guess, is a hot wallet, right? So at least it's in your own possession, which is in your Coinbase Wallet. But it's not the same as a cold wallet, which is what a Ledger is. When it's in a hot wallet like Coinbase or MetaMask, it can get hacked and stolen. When it's in a Ledger, it can't get hacked and stolen. Unless you give someone your seed phrase, but that's completely up to you. Believe me, the answer is a Ledger. get a ledger. There is just no substitution. Let me check the YouTube here, and then maybe I can dive into Materium. Come on, refresh. Where are we at? Come on. Oh, 3584. All right, here we go. The coin I'm talking about that I think is as close to a 1000x as you are ever going to find. It's called Materium. What is Materium? Let's see if I have the site. Let me go over here to, sorry, my computer's going a little slow. Anyone watching on YouTube, let me flip my YouTube people into the screen so that they can see this. So Materium is the coin. Let me show you. Materium is the coin. Some of you already knew that, but who cares, right? Why should you care? Here's what Materium is. Look at this. This is the link. We're going to go to that in a second. This is the coin for this game, Mirandus. So what is Mirandus? It is the World of Warcraft, is the way I think of it, of blockchain. And guess who makes this game? Gala. This is the flagship crown jewel game of Gala. And almost nobody talks about it because it's not playable yet. It's in development. It's being built. It's a very big, robust game. I think the first beta will be out to play maybe this time next year. So it's not exactly able to be played anytime so soon. But there are lots of elements that I keep track on. And Materium is the game and the coin. Everything you do in the game, you're going to transact with other players with this coin. And this is actually what's called magic incarnate. So when you cast a spell, when you heal, when you come back to life, you have to use Materium. And when you use Materium in those ways, it gets burned. It's gone, right? So that affects the total coin count. Right now, it says 500,000, but really we're at about 1 million because there's about 14 million coins in circulation. It says 7, but there's really 14. So we're at about $1 million market cap. The fully diluted market cap, that's not right either, because there will be one day, maybe decades away, the total cap possible of Materium is 10 billion. So that's a long ways from 14 million. But those numbers don't mean anything unless you really think about it. This is very necessary in the game. And again, as it gets used, it gets burned. So we'll never come anywhere even remotely close to 10 billion. And it would take decades to be able to mine, to make all that Materium even come into existence to the fully diluted. So as this usability and desire goes up, and it gets burned and all those mechanics in it, they have economists working on this game, right, to figure out the tokenomics of it. And this is the flagship game of Gala, not just some bullshit company. And as we go over here, there's NFTs in the game. Like, for example, here's an alchemist. This guy makes potions and stuff like that in the game. How do they label him? Capable of creating the most delicate and valuable elixirs from components from around Mirandus. So you know what this guy can do? He can make potions. And you know what? You sell those potions to other players, health potions, magic potions, transportation potions, all this stuff. So you craft these potions and they are NFTs and you sell them to people. And those people can in turn, if they use them, then they're gone, or they can resell them in a marketplace. So I cannot explain to you, are you getting this? The World of Warcraft of blockchain, and it's being made as the flagship crown jewel game of Gala. That's why I think Materium being at roughly a $14 million $1 million market cap right now, that's why I think its market cap can go to well over $1 billion, which is 1,000x from here. Now, there will be more Materium in existence at that point, but because of the burn mechanisms and the amount of it that actually just stays in the game, not freely on the market, is why I think that this is a high potential for being a 1,000x coin. And no one talks about it. It's so, I don't want to say it's so early, because it is pretty early, right? But again, everything we're doing right now is more so, myself anyways, in anticipation of the 2020, basically about 2025, right? So that's what I got for it. That's what I got for it. Really, I highly suggest you look into it. Again, and don't go talking about it. Like, don't go talking about it. Keep it to yourself. Because this thing will eventually get its own legs and go organically and have its, certainly at least, moment to absolutely moon, in my opinion. So I want to just keep it quiet. I want to keep quietly accumulating Materium while everyone's out here talking about this and talking about that. Yeah. So keep it quiet. Keep it quiet. Jacob, sorry. It was Materium. It's called Materium. But I'm not going to go into the explanation of it again. Do you own NFTs in the game? Absolutely I do, Mike. Absolutely I do. I own more NFTs for that game than anything else by far. Thank you, Mexican Way, for the gift. You're welcome. Connor, I would say go do your own research on it. I just very briefly spewed out everything that I think about it based on my own research. I would say go do your own. If you think it sounds promising, go look into it. And then you'll start seeing interviews with the main guy making it, Mike McCarthy. You'll start hearing his projections of how they're coming along in the gameplay, what they want to do with it. I just really suggest, if you like what I'm saying here, go look into it. How do we buy NFTs? You buy them on OpenSea. You get them on OpenSea. But again, before you go do anything, I really suggest you literally go do your own research, literally. Go look into it. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm absolutely ridiculous. Really, go look into it yourself. I really mean that. You have time. In a bear market, there's no hurry. And also, we got 85 people on here. Put a 1 in the comments if you want to learn how to profit when price goes down, and you want to learn how to get free crypto when price goes down. Put a 1 in the comments, and if we get some 1s, I'll show you how to do that. Jasmy Coin, I don't know enough about Jasmy Coin. I get asked about it from time to time, but I just don't know much about it because, again, my main focus is blockchain gaming because I think that that's the best spot to really be. I think it's got the most potential. That's the blockchain and the metaverse and all of that, but not like living there. I mean, it's this nice overlap between the physical and digital. Wow, a lot of 1s came in. A lot of 1s came in. Let me show you where you can do that real quick. I'll show you how to learn that. So click the link in my TikTok. Go to my TikTok bio. Click this link. And if you're over on YouTube, click the link in the description. Anyways, it'll take you over here. Go take this masterclass, how I get Bitcoin and other cryptos for free when price goes down. And in a bear market, is there anything that you would want to know more? I do charge for it. It's on a Black Friday sale. It's only $20. I mean, that's like the cost of a beer at a football game. This is worth a lot more than that. Plus, with the Black Friday thing I have going on, you get my whole trading fundamentals course along with it, which is a $300 course. So go check that out. I just Black Friday sale, all that stuff. I can't. I mean, it'd be the best $20 you spend today, right? $20 to learn how to develop that skill. I'm in, right? Thoughts on mining and specifically helium. Not something I know enough about to really give you valuable thoughts on because I've never mined. I think helium's got a really good proposition. I really like the idea of it. I only hear good things about Ethereum or helium. I really do. No, Connor, go look into it yourself. Yes, everything that I do in crypto is based on the year 2025 in terms of anticipated selling. But I really think you should go look into it yourself. You'll be very happy you did. Thoughts on mining and specifically helium? Yeah, that's right. I already answered that. But helium, I just keep hearing good things about. You know what I mean? And from a useful standpoint, what it's doing makes a lot of sense, and it seems like a problem that needs a solution. Not necessarily for you and I, but for hundreds of millions of people around the world. Quant, I definitely like for sure. You're welcome, Connor. Yeah, I definitely like Quant for sure. Yeah, Quant is one I still need to do more research on because they're an interoperability solution, but they're more than that. And I need to spend the time to do that. It's just, again, I'm so focused on blockchain gaming, I say no to almost everything that isn't in that sphere because that alone is so much that I couldn't even imagine being able to stay up to date on everything in that. So you grab Polygon since grouped with Gala as well. Um, well, you mean Polygon is grouped with Gala? I was actually unaware of that. But Polygon Matic is something that Gala and Matic are the biggest things after ETH and Bitcoin that I buy. Is Ethereum your biggest holding? No, it's not my biggest holding. And again, as we have playtests, it's something that I do buy though. As we have playtests, like in the next playtest, which if you have an exemplar, so here's something that you'll find in your research. If you have an exemplar, you'll be able to participate in the playtest in January, and you will also get Ethereum given to you just for being in the playtest. But you need to have an exemplar. And so you'll get Ethereum like that. It won't be worth a ton, right? Because Ethereum's at like 7 cents. For a human, you'll get 100. For an epic, which would be an orc or a dwarf, you'll get 400. For a halfling, I think you get 1,000. For an elf, maybe you get 5,000. I don't remember. But as we go on, there's 14 million Ethereum right now. There will be probably about 21 million then. And when the game starts, we'll have a lot more of it. But it'll be getting used a lot more and have very high leverage burning mechanisms. I don't know if high leverage is the word. Have a lot of burn mechanisms for it actually, so there will be controls in place. And obviously the desire for the coin, which has massive utility in the game, It is the most valuable thing in the game. Truly, it's the most valuable, most needed thing in the game. It is the money. It is also the magic. It's the money and the magic in the game. It's the most desirable, needed, necessary, wanted thing, needed thing in the game. So I project, I think it has a good chance of getting to about $70, right? That would be, what would that be from here? From 7 cents? That'd be 1,000x. I think it'll get to potentially over 100. Now, when it gets to that, it'll probably happen in a very fast move, right? You gotta watch for those big moves up, because it's when peak speculation and FOMO comes in, and then you sell into that. And I'm just sitting around waiting for that, just quietly accumulating, waiting for that. I'm waiting for that. That's what I do with everything, but this one will be very pronounced, because gaming and metaverse games will have their week or two that they literally like 100x in that time period, and then you get out. That's my plan anyways. Good coins, but you'll be leaving money on the table. I'm not sure which one's that to. Fire sale right now. Just joined. Which coin are we talking about? What crypto are you learning about? Well, I already talked about it, and the people that were on here that heard me talk about it, I put out a request for them to do, and they did it, and then I talked about it and went into it. So, and it's not something I like to talk about, so sorry, you're too late. Quant, yeah, XRP and Quant is all I hold and need. I think those are decent bets, but I like diversity. To not have ETH and Bitcoin seems like a big mistake to me. Like those are my primary holdings. ETH is my biggest bag, and then Bitcoin is second. As obvious and boring as that seems, they still will get fantastic returns, even though they're not going to get the 100x returns that you'll get in altcoins. Those are my I have to win, right? You can't lose. So you have to make sure that you make money. And ETH and Bitcoin are as secure, in my opinion, of things that will make you a very good return over the next 3 years. So that's my thinking. That's just what I do. Don't forget DeFi. After FTX, DeFi will get a boost. Some of it did. Link is something I very much like. Link is something I have a bag of and I continue to buy, because it's the oracle of the blockchain, right? And an oracle is as necessary to the blockchain as water is to a garden. That's almost a perfect analogy, because what an oracle does is it brings off-chain information in real time to the blockchain, so it can computate things like prices and many, 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 many other things. And Link is by far the dominant and very effective oracle of the blockchain. Link is a big deal, but it's kind of boring because it's been around for a bit and it's just steady Eddie. Not much to speculate about there. I'm back in Matic and XRP. Got to have Link. I agree. Do you see Bitcoin dropping under 14K? I think that's a very real possibility. I think it's a very real possibility Bitcoin goes to 9K. You still standing behind ETH? For sure. Number one thing I have, number one thing I buy, 100%. Graph and Link go hand in hand. I guess I don't know much about GRT's Graph, right? I don't know much about Graph. Solves the Oracle problem. Is there another Oracle besides Link? Yeah, there's other Oracles. It's just that none of them have. Link is by far what I would call the category king of Oracles. It's like, yeah, there's other search engines, but Google. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's other Oracles, but Link. That's probably the best way I can say it. There's other search engines, but Google. Category king. How long do you see this bear market lasting? As long as it lasts. I think it's going to go well into 2023 because I think the macro is just there's still too much to unfold. I do. I think there's just still so much to come. I think earnings are going to be way low in at least the first half of next year. That's going to send prices soaring down. Interest rates are going to stay high till at least next summer, maybe into the fall. And then when the Fed finally does pivot, I don't think it's going to be the fairy tale bull run that many people would have you believe. I think that you have to think about, well, why would they pivot? Because things are so bad, they have to. And then all that will play out for probably at least 6 months, and we will hit the lowest of, then we might bottom out. Then we might bottom out in the stock market, which I believe crypto is not exactly going to buck the curve of what's going on in the macro landscape, because a lot of the big money to come in and buy crypto and to move the prices up is the only thing that brings prices up is if people will buy at higher and higher prices if a lot of money comes in. So, but that sets us up pretty nicely for the Bitcoin halving starting in, spring 2024, and then the bull run commencing in somewhere in 2025, between spring to winter, somewhere in there, I think. So all that plays out pretty well still for me. But I'm every time we get to a new level low, like we did this past couple of weeks with Bitcoin in particular, I buy. That's the way I DCA. I don't like just buy every day or every week. When we hit new levels, I go heavy, and then we hit a new level down. Like if we go below this, I'll go heavy. Right? I save up cash for this, and I sell into some of it. I sell into the rallies. Like when ETH ran up to 2,000, I sold into that. I think I sold most of it out somewhere in the 1700s, but I was like, this is total massive bear market rally. I thought they bumped the halving to next year, 2024. It is, yeah. They don't bump it. It's not something anyone can control, right? Because Bitcoin is decentralized. The halving is naturally set to occur roughly somewhere around April-ish, 2024. Locked up here, 2023. No, 2024. Again, I want Murdoch. Very important. Bitcoin is decentralized. There is no one that can move. It's literally hard-coded into the code that every so many blocks that get mined, a halving event happens. It's unchangeable. Bitcoin really is the only is the most decentralized thing, and the only thing that I would label as actually truly decentralized in like the world, but of course in all the blockchains. How low do you see ETH going? Triple digits. I see ETH going back into triple digits. I mean, we're almost there. We broke into 1,070, and I think we go lower. When? I don't know. Probably in the next 6 months. Who knows what the path to that looks like? But again, when I buy things, I'm not looking to sell them until 2025. So I don't look at things like, are we at the bottom? I'm looking at, are we undervalued? Are we sufficiently undervalued for me to buy? And that is a resounding, monstrous, screaming from the rooftop, blowing out my voice box, yes. That's my opinion, though. Do you keep everything on cold? Basically. What I don't have in my cold wallet, I have in my trading account. So this is what's really important is most of my crypto is sitting in my cold wallet, but I have a portion of my crypto sitting on my trading account, which keeps me active so that I can do moves most days, right? So I can be active and not have to, because it's boring. Like in the bear market, like just, you know, DCAing and accumulating, it's boring as hell because you want to sell, you want more action, but you need to be able to keep yourself off of it. So I take a portion of it, put it in my trading account, and I use my trading account to grow even more Bitcoin, right? Because like for instance, right here, let me go over to the Discord again. Like, it's not the Discord, this is the Discord. See, like right here, like look, like here's an ETH trade I did, right? I got in at 1220 and got out at 1182, and I made 30%. I profited when the price went down, and my profits were paid to me in Ethereum. So you heard me right, price went down and I got free Ethereum. Let's say I had 1 ETH in this trade, now I have 1.33 ETH because the price went down. If you want to, do you want to learn how to do that? Do you want to learn how to do stuff like this? If you do, click the link in my TikTok bio and go take this masterclass. How I get Bitcoin and other cryptos for free when price goes down. I have it on Black Friday sale. It's only 20 bucks. Plus I have a bonus $300 gift that I'm throwing in with it, which is my trading fundamentals class. Cost of a beer at a football game. I mean, come on, best 20 bucks you're going to spend today. And if you really, really want to dive in, join Lever Atlas. With that, you get this trading indicator. Look how dead on this thing is. Buy, winner, sell, winner, buy, winner, sell, winner, buy, winner. Is it wrong sometimes? Of course it is. I find it to be accurate about 70% of the time. You know, we got buy, winner, sell, winner, buy, winner, sell, winner. I'm trying to find a loser because that's a better streak than I'm used to there. And you'll get all my courses, and you get access to this, the private Discord. This is the private Discord only for Lever Atlas members. I posted in here, for instance, that, hey, I'm trying to get into an ETH short in the 1220s. What happened? I got into an ETH short at 1220s. Ranjit did pretty well, and I did pretty well, and a lot of other people took that too. And I post a lot of my trades in here. There's another member that did pretty good. I post a lot of stuff in here, a lot of stuff. Like here's something, right? So what I did, 45-minute time frame. I posted that I see a bullish divergence going on here. And what do? We took longs and made some profit there, even as all this was going down. Here's another trade I did. This time I profited. I got free ETH when the price went up. Another member did well. Anyway, so that's the most valuable part of being in Lever Atlas, in my opinion. But I mean, who doesn't want to learn? Who doesn't want to learn how to profit when price goes down, especially in a bear market? Like, go spend 20 bucks. It'll be the best 20 bucks you spent today. I have the Black Friday sale going till, well, this weekend. Do you keep everything on cold storage? Not everything, no. Oh, what do we got over here? Ranjit with some comments. TradingView is having a Black Friday sale too. That's true. Ranjit, I actually did that because I do a premium account on TradingView, and I did that. That's true. Absolutely great deal. So I took their premium account offer. But because I'm going to let your rates go up over the next 10 years, yeah. You put solar panels on. That seems like a good move to me, Ranjit. Physically need to push the button to transfer funds out of a ledger. Yeah, that's what keeps it safe, right? That's why we use cold storage, a ledger, because you have to, in the physical real world, do I have my ledger by me? No. You have to literally push the buttons on a physical device for anything to happen inside of your ledger wallet. That's why it's safe and secure. It can't get hacked. Nothing can happen there unless your computer is physically connected through a wire to your ledger and you push the buttons to okay any transactions. That's why it's so safe. It's the key to your vault, and no one can get in your vault without this key. They can't hack it, they can't break in. It is impenetrable. Is there a Black Friday discount for Lever Atlas? There is not. There is not. Although, I'll give you a hint. If you go invest in the Masterclass, there may be a special discount offer for Lever Atlas, because I like to reward people for taking action, right? So if you go get the Masterclass, you may get a special offer that is a pretty good discount. on Lever Atlas, but I only offer discount because $50 a month is peanuts compared to what you get, so I don't discount that. I used to do a free trial, but I'm not doing that anymore. So the only way you can ever get a discount on Lever Atlas is if you show you're serious. And by going and getting the masterclass, I'm like, all right, this person's actually serious. I'm going to give them an opportunity, but it's always a one-time type thing. You know what I mean? Like I don't give offers for that because the Discord alone, I should be charging hundreds of dollars a month, right? Just the trades I posted in the past few weeks pay for the whole year, if depending on your level, right? I don't suggest anyone should come into any of this trying to get rich quick. It's with the mindset of learning to develop this skill of being able to trade the markets, which is, I promise you, so much different than what you probably think. Mexican Way says, going to seriously buy the class now and watch it. I hope so. I hope so. I spent months making that class, and it took me years to gather the experience to make that class. Same thing with my courses. Same thing with why I can provide value in the Discord and being able to say, hey, I'm taking this trade, I'm taking that trade. Here's what I'm seeing on the charts. See, I've spent a lot of time developing this. So Lever Atlas members, they have access to me in much more of a way than what you guys get here on like TikTok or YouTube, right? This is like you post a little comment here and I respond to it, but anyways. And it's nice having these convos, but this is nothing compared to, because my Lever Atlas members, they're my best supporters. They support what I'm actually doing over here, and I in return am able to support them more and more. So that makes sense, right? Welcome to business. I'm just fortunate enough that I'm doing something I really, really love. Like even if I wasn't doing any of this shit, I would still be spending 12 hours a day researching and studying and buying and selling and trading crypto. That's why I made this channel, is because I'm so obsessed. I needed an outlet because I'm just obsessed about it. And I need to find other people that are also obsessed about it. Because as you can probably relate with, most people around you don't want to hear a word about it. I see someone just joined the masterclass. Welcome in. You trade stocks? I don't, but the Lever Atlas indicator does work on stocks. The only reason I don't trade stocks, I saw another masterclass member come in. Congratulations. The only reason I don't trade stocks is because they just don't move as much as crypto does. Crypto has enough volatility that keeps me really interested. Plus, I think crypto for its long-term value is much more undervalued than stocks. No Limit says just bought the masterclass. Welcome in. And feel free to so now that you join the masterclass, you do get a special discount one-time offer, take it or leave it, for Lever Atlas. But welcome in. And be sure to watch the entire masterclass. And watch it multiple times, because I promise you, every time you watch it, you're going to pick up things you didn't catch the first time. In reality, you are going to catch things you didn't the first time, but because you're going to learn things as you go through the first time, so now you're going to know more. And when you watch it the second time, you're going to understand more of it and therefore get more. I suggest watching the masterclass at least 3 times. And Trade Bender says options, although tough, pay great. I bet they do. I don't trade options. It says crypto leveraging is fun, also a great way to make money. I agree with you. And the way I look at all of this, I agree with Trader Bender. Like, I don't know if again, you obviously trade options more than I do. I like crypto leverage trading because it is fun. It's a game. Like, to me, it's a game, right? It's a game we play. We win some, we lose some, but we control our downside. And as we get better, we win more than we lose. But if we're real smart, we use a strategy from the beginning where we can actually lose more often than we win and still be profitable. Those are the types of things I teach people. I share with people in the Lever Atlas community and in the masterclass and stuff like that. It's like Game of Thrones. Keep watching. I've watched the entire Game of Thrones series like 3 times, and you pick up things. Granted, that's different than this, but yes, it's enjoyable. It respects TA a lot, but downtrend is pegged nicely. Yes, Trade Bender. In a bear market, I'm with you. I'm more inclined to take shorts than longs. And in a bull market, I'm more inclined to take longs than shorts, for sure. Thoughts on Cosmo ecosystem? I'm pretty bullish on Cosmo, on Atom. I really am. And the market has shown that it is also. Being able to buy Atom for under $10, I feel is a pretty good value. Getting it under 9 is even better. Um, what was the low in June? I think the low in June was like in the $5 range. That would be nice, and I think we could come back down there. But I think because when we hit that June bottom, the three best performers by far were Quant. Quant was the most best performing, and then Matic and Cosmos. Those were the three best performing charts in all of crypto after that June bottom, and I mean by a lot. They made ETH look average, and ETH was a very top performer, but Quant, Cosmos, and Matic way outperformed ETH. I'm not going to get into all the chart things as to why, but I'll put it like this. ETH was here, then the June thing happened, it shot down. And then the merge news came out and ETH went up a lot. But you know how high ETH got? It got back to where it was right before it dropped. That's as high as it got. Bitcoin never, every crypto had that ledge that it fell off of. ETH made its way back up to that ledge, which was very rare. Almost nothing did that. Bitcoin didn't do that. Most things didn't do that. But what Quant, Cosmos, and Matic did, they went way beyond that ledge. Quant especially. Now, Quant has also had the biggest retracement from that top. With that said, Quant's bottom was like 40, and right now it's like at 100. Matic's low was like 33, and it's at like 80 right now. Cosmos, I think Cosmos was like 5, and right now it's around like 9. I snagged up some at 601. Some Cosmos? Fantastic. Because Cosmos, there's the two biggest issues in crypto are scalability and interoperability. Matic is kind of a solution to both, sort of, but mostly scaling ETH in particular, but it also has its own network. That's why Matic's so big. Cosmos is an interoperability solution, and so is Quant. I think Quant does more than that. I know more about Matic and Cosmos than I do Quant. Quant just really caught my attention in the past couple months when I started realizing, holy shit, what is this? And plus, people on here, it was by far, for months, one of the most asked about things by people on here on these live streams. But the way I understand Quant is I look at it as an interoperability solution, but I think it does more than that too, because it's also possibly included for the ISO 20022 things. Are you bullish on Juno or Osmosis or even Secret Network? You're getting too deep on me. I mean, I know that those are networks within the IBC on Cosmo. I believe Osmosis or Juno would probably be the top one. Secret, obviously, but I don't know enough about those to give you a good answer. Me personally, based on my level of understanding, I would be more of an Atom guy buying that coin. That's me though, and I'm not the world's foremost Cosmos expert. I'm a blockchain gaming guy. That's my main focus, NFT gaming. I needed it. I got in crypto at the top, been riding the wave down. Happens to everybody. Literally happens to everybody. Just don't leave. And we're in a bear market, so there's no hurry for things. The best thing to do here, in my opinion, at least what I do, not financial advice, is to accumulate the really, really, really good shit that you believe in anticipation for the next bull cycle, because there will be. Why will there be another bull cycle? Why? Because this truly is an inevitable world-changing technology that will be incorporated into every single thing you can think of, just like the internet was. This is the next layer of the internet. You've probably heard that. Let me also say, Bitcoin halvings, Satoshi's such a genius. Bitcoin halvings alone force it to go up. Why? Because there's a certain amount of power that someone needs to buy, to use to mine Bitcoin, right? So currently, depending on where you mine in the US, it might cost upwards of $20,000 just to mine, just the power, the energy cost to mine Bitcoin. That doesn't include rent, salaries, maintenance costs, taxes, all this stuff, right? So the cost to mine one Bitcoin for most miners is more than what a Bitcoin is worth right now. So that messes things up. That it eventually forces price up. And then what happens is when the halving happens, all of a sudden, instead of that, so whatever it say costs them $20,000 to mine one Bitcoin, when that halving happens, boom. Now their cost to mine that Bitcoin just doubled from a power perspective. Their rent didn't necessarily go up. Their salaries didn't necessarily go up, but the power cost doubled. And they may need to update, they may need to get new hardware because maybe there's more hash power going on into the network, which is what makes the more hash power you have going into the Bitcoin network, the more Bitcoin reward you get. And the Bitcoin network automatically adjusts its difficulty level based on the amount of hash power coming in. I may have lost you already, but hear this. There's a fixed cost, basically, energy cost to mine a Bitcoin. And then when the halving happens, that doubles. And the supply, the new daily incoming supply, halves. So you get this two-factor force that basically doubles the cost to mine it and makes it more scarce. So there's this gap. So that wherever that gap meets is where fair value is, and I think fair value of Bitcoin right now is about $20,000 to $22,000. That's what I think the fair value of a Bitcoin is right now. After the next halving, I'd probably put it at about 30 to 40, call it 35,000. So I think Bitcoin goes over 100K in the next cycle. It has to. It literally has to, because miners. Watch for miners to capitulate. Watch for miners to be forced to sell, and I don't think it's done yet. All right, y'all. I think I'm going to take off. 400 odd days to the halving. It's probably more than that. It's probably more than that. Because it's probably about April 2024. So that would probably be more like closer to 500 days. Probably closer to 500 days till the next halving. And hopefully, we are on our way up from, we are on past the turning point of the down equities market and economy. Hopefully we've bottomed and on our way back up from there. That would be a very ideal situation leading into a very good year and a half bull run of crypto, where I would sell all my crypto at my pre-planned out target points. Yeah. What happens if they stop mining? Well, they don't. I mean, miners will fall off, but in order to keep the network going, only one person needs to mine. And as there's less miners on the network, the cost of mining a Bitcoin goes down. As there's more miners on the network, the cost to mine a Bitcoin goes up. So the price will, some miners will fall off, but it will find equilibrium. And then price will find its bottom and start going up. And as it goes up, more miners will come in. And price will go up and more miners will come in. Price will go up, more miners will come in. To keep the network going, all you need is one miner. That's it. I could be running the entire Bitcoin network on one computer if I were the only miner left, but I don't mind. But it will never get to anywhere near that point. So I hope that makes sense. As there's less miners, the power cost to mine a Bitcoin goes down. As there's more miners, the power cost to mine a Bitcoin goes up. So eventually it finds an equilibrium. You also want to wait for miners to go out of business and stop mining. Some of them will fall off. Only the best will survive. 485 days. And Mouse, that sounds about right, but it's not a hard date because the halving happens in intervals after so many blocks. I can't remember how many, but that's probably, I think 485 is a good rough estimate, seriously. It will be March 24. It'll probably be April by the estimates, but I'll welcome March. The sooner the better, but I think it's April. And again, these estimates, they change because it has to do with the speed of each block getting mined, so they're just estimates. Like if I go over to, let me go check. Bitcoin halving date 2024. Let's see what we find. My computer's going really slow. I'm gonna have to restart it. Bitcoin countdown. Yeah, this one's just saying somewhere between February and June. So we have how many more blocks? 75,688 more blocks to be mined before the next halving. So when we pick a date or a time, it's estimating how long it'll take to mine those. Typically, your average block takes around 10 minutes. So if you take 10 minutes times 75,688, that'll give you a rough number of, well, minutes. And then you extrapolate those into days. And we'll be going, because right now, across all the miners in the world, they mine every single block 6.25 Bitcoin. It'll get cut in half to 3.125. Right? And I think that equates to about 900 Bitcoin a day. So we'll go to about 450 Bitcoin a day. So the cost to mine a Bitcoin will double, and the new incoming supply will half. Now that doesn't exactly equate to like quadruple, but you can call it roughly about a 2.5, 3. So I think the fair value of Bitcoin after the next halving will be 30 to 35,000 is what I think. How does the Black Friday Masterclass differ from the free Masterclass on your website? There's no free Masterclass anymore. And actually, it's the same class, OXMac. It's the same class. But here's what happened. I was giving away the Masterclass. It took me months to make this Masterclass. Months. And years of experience to even be able to make it. And I was giving it away, trying to help people. And you know what? Because I can track how much watch time happens on these things. And you know what I found? Almost nobody watched the class when it was free. Almost no one watched it. Do you know how much that pissed me off? So I said, fuck this. I'm going to charge for it. Because you know what I believe? I believe when people pay for something, they pay attention. When they actually invest something, they take it much more seriously. So I started charging for it. And you know what's happened since I started charging for it? Like everybody watches the entire thing, which is what I really want. So it'll never be free again. Black Friday sale, that's the best price you're ever going to see it at. Plus, I have a $300 trading fundamentals course that I'm including with it for the Black Friday sale. Happy holidays. Go take advantage of it while it's there. It's $20. It's the cost of a beer at a football game. It's the cost of a Chipotle burrito and a bag of chips. You know, best $20 you're going to spend today, no doubt about it. But anyways, all right, guys, I got to go. I got to go meet a dog. I'm going to go meet a dog because my lady's sister may get a dog, and we watch her dogs a lot. So they want me to go meet it. So they might potentially get it. But I'll be back on tomorrow. So peace out. Click the link in the bio. Go get the Masterclass and take advantage of the Black Friday sale. Take care.